Ignite CEDH.
Welcome to Ignite CEDH, where we talk about anything competitive Commander. My name is Joseph.
I'm Kevin.
And today we're going to look at a little bit of tournament prep, as well as looking at some local tournaments for the end of the year. So, first off, let's go over a bit of the tournaments coming up here. We have a few tournaments getting hosted locally coming up for the end of the year, and even at the beginning of next year. Let's bring up my screen here. So, I guess this is not in any specific order. Let's put them in order. So today, for this weekend, we have Frenzy at the Falls. However, Kevin and I won't be attending Frenzy. We're going to actually be doing our local LGS, doing a two-headed giant event. Little small store in Cambridge, Ontario. And we're going to go over what we're kind of building to play around that. We are limited to 10 proxies for this event, but it's a little bit of a...
Doable.
Yeah, it's doable. I didn't expect to play anything this weekend. So I'm just going to chill and have fun, and we'll talk about that a little more in a moment. December 6th, we have the Dual Land Tournament in Oshawa, or Curtis, Ontario. Winner gets a volcanic island. They will raffle off a scrubland, and if they hit the player cap, they will also usually raffle off a third duel. Really cool place. Love going to this place. Unfortunately, none of the three of us will be attending this tournament, as it is the same day as the Invitational in Woodstock. Then, the next one there, Kevin, is your tournament.
Yeah, Forbes Hobbies, we're doing it on December 28th, kind of right nestled between Christmas and New Year's. Our last one went good. We 6 people showed up. We played again the 2-3 pods that fed the finals, and then the 4 pod where the top 2 made the finals. We happened to have a clear second place player, so they made the finals. It was good. Real good day. We're going to be ramping up next year. I think we'll be looking at... Don't quote me on all these changes. They're not exactly set in stone, but we'll be looking at a qualifier at the end of the year, and possibly up to 2 tournaments a month to qualify. And we might be giving away a Mox Diamond in that qualifier to the winner, which would be pretty fun.
Yeah, that would be huge. You'll probably get more attraction. This is honestly a smaller tournament that's trying to get ramped up. Again, it's not a huge store, but it is a bunch of good people. And I would like to just shout out my local weekly. I play at Legendary Collectibles in Mississauga every Monday. Well, at least every Monday I can make it. Unfortunately, I had a pretty bad weekend, but so I couldn't go out on Monday this week, but it is what it is. I'll be there next week, and hopefully see you then. And in January, we have the Canadian Highlander Cup at Enter the Battlefield in Oakville. I'm probably going to attend. We'll see how those weekends go. And we have the King of Games number 9 on the 21st of December at our Fantasy Forge friends. Good store, lots of product. I top 4'd the last event. That was a lot of fun. Picked up quite a good amount of good stuff for my deck. I got a Galaxy Foil Mana Confluence. That was a nice grab. And then a bunch of Avatar cards. Super excited about that.
Nice.
Spent like $500 on store credit. Just very good value. But today we want to talk about a little bit not exactly CDH. We're going to be doing a two-headed giant tournament. Me and Kevin are going to be partners for this tournament. And we're just kind of trying to plan decks that kind of go together in a way. So I'm just going to talk about my deck first. We have Atali's most likely what I'm going to play. Still haven't fully decided yet. We're still kind of planning this out. I think Atali with 2 decks built around it is going to be a lot of fun. It should be quite interesting. Quick glance at my deck here. Let me put it into a different format here. It's just a standard Atali deck, basically built around like the Big Bear list with quite a few modifications. Nothing super special. So it's just a pretty standard Atali deck list. I'm debating on making a few changes here to see if it's better suited for Two-Headed Giant. But I think our plan is to kind of have 2 decks built to play Atali. And we will kind of talk about that more when we look at yours. Now, one big cut I kind of am thinking about doing is I typically would play Emrakul in my normal CDH version of Atali. Running Emrakul in a Two-Headed Giant just seems like a headache. I do not know what the rules would be around that, so I think we're just going to give that a cut. Other than that, I have a pretty heavy...
Oh, sorry. I just looked up the rulings on the card. In a Two-Headed Giant game, gaining control of a player causes you to gain control of each player on that team. So it's still pretty good.
It's really good.
Yeah, we might want to keep that in.
So, in a Two-Headed Giant game, Emrakul is like the weird pick here. I think playing Emrakul in the Two-Headed Giant game could be interesting. According to the Two-Headed Giant rulings, if we were to take control of a player's turn, we get control of both players. So that could be interesting, or at least that's what the rulings we found. We'll see how the tournament hosts it, and maybe we could do a swap if they disagree with that ruling, but it's how the tournament hosts.
Ruling, I'm going to point to the ruling on the card and be like, so, excuse me, this work, this rule.
This rule. I have a pretty heavy interaction suite for Gruul, just because my pet peeve.
Playing a lot of mid-range hell.
Yeah, mid-range hell. It's really hard to interact with. So I have Force of Vigor, Natural State, Autumn's Veil, Deflecting Swat, Lightning, Delayed Blast, Fireball, Pyroblast, REB, Emerald Charm, and Veil Summer, and Flare Duplication. All those I feel like are still playable in Two-Headed Giant. However, I don't know if I would want so many artifact removal. For me, artifact removal / enchantment removal is mainly for Rhystic Mystic, and I'm a lot less worried about that with one less player. It's still very tempting to keep both. What do you think?
Pyro and Reb?
Emerald Charm,
Emerald
Force of Vigor, and Natural State as well.
I need to look up Emerald Charm. I don't know it off the top of my head.
Destroy non-aura enchantment is basically... It also untaps the permanent, which can untap a Gaia's Cradle.
It can untap something on my side of the board or your side of the board. I'd probably cut Natural State.
Okay. I don't hate that idea.
It's the least versatile of all of them. What else would I cut out of this list? Veil of Summer is slightly worse, but
Autumn's Veil is worse than Veil of Summer.
Yeah, but that effect, is
yeah, I don't know if I need 2 of them.
I don't know if you need 2 of them because we might just come up against someone who's not playing blue. It would not be a smart decision, but where you have 200 cards and 10 proxies, you're gonna get people playing what they have. For sure, we're gonna face Crick and maybe something else not blue, right?
Yeah. It's definitely interesting.
Yeah.
I don't think I play as many pieces of interaction as I do. It really depends on because there is a limit of 10 proxies per team. It really depends on what I own as well. What I can sub in. I know I have a few things I can sub in, but I just don't know how versatile my suite is. So, I can put Lightning Bolt back in, which is not too bad. I've taken out Disciple of Freyalise as well.
I think we go Lightning Bolt over Autumn's Veil. The big thing we're worried about, especially because we both want to... Well, you cast free spells, and I'm going to have free control spells. The big thing we got to worry about is facing Lavinia, where if we cast a free spell, it's just countered.
And then we were thinking about the last Ognikai.
Yeah, I think that's really good too. A little more removal heavy. and a little, like, especially if I'm handling the interaction suite for us, then we don't have to worry too much about you being able to, like, counter spells. In an ideal world, you know.
Yeah, ideally.
Yeah.
So Lightning Bolt is definitely a interesting card. I have not that interesting. I think are you playing Badger Mole Cub in your list?
One of the lists we're gonna look at has it, one of them doesn't. I haven't decided yet.
I can also put in some of my reducers, like Goblin Archomancer and Ruby Medallion. Or I can also look at Destiny Spinner. Those are decent cards to kind of swap in.
We could look at stuff that's like, is there anything in Italia runs that would be beneficial for 2 opponents? So, like, bonus round is one where, like, one player casts bonus round and you copy each instant and sorcery. Both.
No, unfortunately, there's nothing like that for Italia. Okay. Let's look at my considering board, because I have a lot of stuff I consider playing, but I don't. Mm-hmm. Everything else is pretty standard, but my considering, let's take a look here.
Considering board's almost another deck.
Yeah. 80 some odd cards.
Go over Imperial Recruiter.
Imperial Recruiter?
Imperial Recruiter, sorry. That
I already run Imp Recruiter in my deck.
Okay.
Yeah. It's just, for some reason, also copying my... Anything you see, like, exclamation mark, is already in my deck.
Because if I copy an Imperial Recruiter, I can search for any number of... like, a whole bunch of things in my deck. Specifically, Felidar Guardian, I think. Yeah, it'll search for Felidar Guardian. Which is one of the better... But, it puts it to hand, though. You don't want it on hand.
Yeah, I don't know if anything, like, is super worth it.
Goblin...
When an opponent activates an ability of a creature or land that isn't an ability, you may draw a card.
So
I do have a Runic
Goblin Welder, you can swap out my artifacts, too, which is nice. But the odds of me getting anything in my graveyard in a game that's going well is almost nil.
Yeah, and you also don't have a lot of artifacts in your build, and we'll talk about that in a moment. We have maybe Last March of the Ents. No, I don't think I love that too much. I don't know. It's just like, I don't know how much I would sub in here. Like, I have a Tybalt's Trickery that we can put in if we think that's...
Do you play Noxious Survival?
I don't.
You should, because that can let you put something on top of my library, and then I can hit it with Aang.
Yeah, we can put in Noxious. I own a Noxious, so that's not a bad choice. I could do a Tybalt and, like, we could counter something bad of yours and put it into play as well.
Yeah, there's not a lot of, like, bad things, though.
Yeah, but, like, it could help us find, like, a clone.
Right, so.
Yeah. Other than that, it's, like, not a whole lot I would add in, to be honest.
No, I don't think your deck changes a whole lot for what we're doing.
Yeah.
I wonder, just game theory, the Spider-Man card that stops spells from being countered. The red one. I wonder if that.
Oh, Spider-Punk? No.
Yeah, I wonder if that gets better in a like a 1v1. This is essentially 1v1 Magic, right?
Yeah, it's just if we do pass the turn, it feels like we're shit out of luck.
Yeah.
Because we have two opponents that could take advantage of that. Don't really want to give them that opportunity. It's a good question. Like, it's like, I don't mind that hypothetical, but I don't think that's worth the gamble, right?
It might not be.
Any new cards? I don't think I would play Cabbage Merchant in this deck.
No, and cards like Cabbage Merchant...
Too slow.
They're slower, and they get even slower because we only have 2 opponents, not 3.
Yeah.
Now, again, they're like somewhat like Ristic Study, I think is still worth running. If you're in that mid-range plan. Smothering Tithe is still worth running, because you're going to draw a bunch of cards in any decent CEDH game. But you have to expect that they're going to be slightly worse.
Let's think of Last Agni-Kai, Lightning Bolt, and what was the third card we were saying?
Noxious Revival.
Noxious Revival. Let's think of that while we take a look at your deck, because your deck is actually the more interesting of the two.
Yeah, our deck is the one we're going to... Sorry, our deck. The deck I'm playing is the one we're going to be building from the face up.
Yeah, so my deck, Tully, I played this deck for half a year now. Done fairly well with it, with pretty high, decent win rate of about 50-ish% now. It was higher, been losing since it won the Open, but we were taking a look at Aang as my partner for Atali. Aang is a clone style deck, so Atali loves to pull clones off the top. But it also is just like super good by itself.
Yeah, so Aang is one of the ones we missed when we went over our avatar cards. Aang is a 5-mana Bant creature, 2 green, white, blue. Flying, when Aang enters, look at the top 5 cards of your library. You may put a creature card with a mana value 4 or less from among them onto the battlefield, with the rest on the bottom of your library in a random order. Then it has a transform trigger. Whenever another creature you control leaves the battlefield, transforming at the beginning of the end step. The backside doesn't matter, but just to go over it, it has flying, land creatures you control have vigilance, and at the beginning of your combat on your turn, Earthbend 2, and it's a 4/4. But this front side is what you're playing it for. In fact, flipping Aang is kind of bad in this list if you do it at the wrong time. They can just shut down all your clone synergies. We're basically going to go over... I got a couple lists here that we're going to work off of, and then we're going to make some probable changes based on the fact that we're playing 2-headed giant and not just a 1v1.
Yeah, for sure. So, right now, we're basing off of... we have a list pulled up here. Shout out to... That's you.
I have no idea who made these lists. Spooky... And I copied this.
You sent me the link to...
Combo Johnny 69 on Moxfield.
Yeah, thank you.
Thank you, Combo Johnny 69.
So, these lists, we're kind of trying to take a look at... If we are primarily using me as the turbo engine, we kind of want to add some counter spells to Aang, even though it kind of adds a little bit of a whiff sequence to it. I kind of feel like I want to... I'm not going to lie, I kind of want to build Talion and just support you on Aang. And just, like, let Aang have the show.
Maybe we can do that another time, but I think the... Part of the synergy between the two decks is that the clones that he hits off... The clones that Atali hits off of the Aang deck can clone Atali and get more triggers.
Yeah.
So we're kind of like... Imagine Atali, but you get to play 25, 30 clones in it, as well as... Or flicker spells. There's a whole bunch of things you can do. It's really exciting and pretty fun to play. We're expecting a lot of long combo turns, but those should hopefully end with us winning. So this first list, this is the list I'm going to base it off of. Just because we have 3 days until the event, and I don't have time to brew my whole own list. This list we're basing off of has a primer. Basically, the point of this list is to get out Preston, the Vanisher. Whenever another non-token creature enters the battlefield under your control, if it wasn't cast, create a creature that's a copy of that creature except it's a 0/1 white illusion. So you cast Aang, you start going through your library and hitting flicker effects and clones until you hit one of the combos. This is the big game-ending combo, is that's the Preston, so you make an additional copy of a creature except it's a 0/1 token. And then you hit Sakashima of 1,000 Faces, which we're going to switch that printing so we can see what it does. Sakashima of 1,000 Faces, so when it enters the battlefield is a copy of another thing, and the legend rule doesn't apply to permanents you control. Then you can start making... You have Sakashima enter as a copy of Preston, so you'll make your regular Preston and then a token of the Preston, so you have 3 Prestons. And then the next clone you hit has... You do this after you've been able to double your triggers, so the next one you hit makes 6, brings you up to 6. You keep going until you get, I think you get up to 289 copies of Preston. And then you come through and get Undermountain Adventurer. It really can be any ETB take the initiative spell, but this one lets you ramp if we need it. So when you enter the battlefield, you take the initiative, and then make 289 of those, and you cycle through the initiative to dome your opponents for 5 over and over and over again.
Interesting.
That's the main win cut of the deck. I think we will. There's some things I want to cut from here, and that I want to add from this list. Finale of Devastation is one of them, because this list can make infinite mana, and if you do it on a main phase, then we can just swing and kill an opponent. There's a couple changes, but we'll go over them.
For sure. So, first off, this list that we're looking at has 49 creatures. What don't we like from this list? My first instinct is I don't love... It started with an S, I believe. Can you...
Safi.
Safi.
Yeah, I'm going to sort by mana cost, because that's fairly important in this deck.
Well, let's also change the view. I prefer text view, but for the visual people, change the view to visual grid.
Yeah, so... this actually is pretty nice. So we're going to go Safi here. We're going to take out a Safi. I'm not a big fan of the stuff that's like bringing stuff back. Or,
what does the steed do on the left-hand side?
Steed? When it attacks while saddled at the end of combat, you flicker it and whatever saddled it.
Interesting.
So technically, if you have a Sakashi mode, you could flip a bunch of clones. But Melira also exile it. Choose another target creature artifact was put in the graveyard. Return to the battlefield under its owner's control. So I think we're going to remove that. We're going to remove the Safi. Things that don't... things that bring something back when it dies. This one's fine because it can just be on the battlefield. But again, it's another miss for... what do you think? Loyal Retainers, 3 mana, 1/1. Sacrifice or return target legendary creature from your graveyard to the battlefield. Activate only during your turn before attackers.
Like, because you're hitting clones off Aang, you could have Aang in your graveyard.
Yeah, so this one
you also have legendary. You also have legendary clones and quite a few of them. Yeah. So it's not like awful, but it's like we have enough of those effects. And if I hit it, it's bad. It's not good. It's like fine, but it's not good.
Well,
like I would have to intentionally put a Tully into my, which is typically not something I do.
Mage Advocate, return 3 cards in opponent's graveyard to their hand. Return target creature card from your graveyard to play. That one can come out. I think we should try to minimize the amount of whiffs that we have on this.
Yeah.
So we're gonna get rid of that. Gigantoplasm is actually interesting because it gains the ability of pay X to make it an XX, so you can pay 0. It sacrifices state-based actions, and then it goes on with Jackdaw Savior and a couple other things where you can like bring it back repeatedly.
So I think I actually own one.
Oh,
I think so. I bought one when I was like considering it for Kenrith.
Yeah.
I don't remember why I was considering it for Kenrith, but it was in like a list I was looking at. Maybe I sold it. No, I have one. So like that's an interesting one that we could keep in for now.
I'm not a big fan of Return to the Ranks just because there are some things under 2 that you want to return, but for the most part, like this is where our 2 drops stop. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 2 drops. And not all of them you even care about returning. So I think we're going to take out Return to the Ranks.
Yeah, it's like... It's also not good for me because X-Spells kind of suck.
Yeah, X-Spells suck off the top of your library. Speaking of, though, Court of Calling we're going to keep. Ephemerate, Essence Flux, and Cloud Shift are all good.
Yeah, it hits your stuff, but it... and doesn't hit mine, but that's not a huge deal.
Yeah, I'm gonna take a Grim Monolith. I just don't think 3 colorless mana is exactly super useful. I don't know. What are your
That's fair. I don't like Pentad Prism. Grim Monolith, I'm a little more open to. It really depends on how many proxies we need. I think because we only have access to one of them, I don't think it's worth having.
Yeah. I don't think it's worth having the Grim Monolith either. Especially because we got to make room for the things that we want to add, right?
Yeah, and we need to also make sure we're under that like limit.
Yeah.
which is like one of the harder parts about this whole ordeal.
Yeah.
Because our collections are decent, but they're not like perfect.
Yeah.
Right?
So we're gonna. What do we have in the side? Oh, the sideboard is Bernard. Whenever a creature dies, exile it. Make a copy of this creature, so it's a 1/1.
Yeah, I don't love it.
Clones. That's not. I'm not worried about that right now. Airbender Ascension. Oh, we'll keep going through the creatures first before we jump through. Soul Herder is fine. I don't mind blinking stuff at the end step because we do have an instant speed win. So Soul Herder is fine for me. Katara is one of the doublers. We got to keep that. Clone. Elvish Spirit Guide is ramp. Fortune Steed is a blinker, which is fine.
You're not playing Panharmonicon, though.
Harmonicon. No, I'm not Seth probably booed or not Saffron Olive. No, this
I'm playing it in Natali.
Yeah. I could.
It's like decent in Natali.
There's a couple, like, there's some things that you can hit off of, like a Starfield Vocalist does the same thing, but you can hit it off of Aang, right?
Yeah, I guess I don't know how many effects we want.
Doubles your triggers. So just because there's things you can hit off Aang, I think they're gonna leave it out.
Fair enough.
Roaming Throne and Starfield also both trigger off of you, so it's not like we're missing out there. And what else we got? Clones, just a bunch of clones here. The Undermountain is part of the combo, like we said. Preston's part of the combo. Resto Angel is a good one. Actually, I think I have a foil copy somewhere I've been looking to play, so that's exciting. Knightsman Stalwart, Chameleon, Master of Disguise, Jackdaw Savior. That's one of the combo pieces. Whenever a Savior or another creature you control with flying dies, return another target creature with lesser mana value from your graveyard to the battlefield. So that one's nice because you get to, like, with 2 clones in play, you can. It sees it die as a 5-drop because it's Aang, but all of our clones are 4 or less, so we can just cycle through clones and pull out the entire deck. Those are the kind of combos we're looking for to basically win the game. Yeah.
I like that.
Then I think that leaves us with a quick clone count. 1, 2, 3, 4, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 20, 25 clones. There's a couple blinkers in there. I'll call it like 27 hits, maybe 28? 28. So 28 hits off of Aang, which is a little more than 1 in 4. Once you factor in the fact that you're going to draw a couple in mulligan, it'll sort itself out.
Yeah,
not too good for searching for things we need, Katara especially.
It is a whiff. Like, you have 2 X search spells, which is a big whiff for me.
Yeah.
It's like, I'm kind of tempted to say, like, maybe you play a Eldritch Evolution instead of Quarter Calling.
Eldritch Evolution should actually be in here. I have it on my online list. I think I would play instead of Green Sun's shuffles back in, though. Well, actually, we don't want it shuffling back in if you don't want to hit it.
Yeah, it's not...
We'll drop Green Suns for Eldritch Evolution, I think.
That's not bad. I'm not upset with that.
The nice part about Court of Calling is an instant, right? So instant speed is so much more powerful than sorcery speed.
I get that 100%. It's X spells just make it awkward for me. That's all I'm saying.
How do you feel about Neoform?
I forgot you could play Neoform, to be honest. I'm not like in love with Neoform because it's not as versatile. You have to get exactly 1+.
Yeah.
And let's say we use it on Aang.
You wouldn't
there's
use
nothing...
it on Aang. You use it on
use
it on one of these guys to get another Aang. You use it on like a mana dork or something that doesn't matter anymore.
Yeah, I guess a mana dork it's not bad because you have a 2-drop. So you have clones for 2, 3, and 4.
Yeah.
And 5. No, you don't have a 5-drop.
No 5 drops. Katara, Roaming Throne. It fetches some doublers too, which is nice.
Yeah, so the only thing is, I don't like Neoform mostly because it has to get exactly it.
Move it, yeah.
And because a lot of your clones you run 20 clones, they're most likely either copying Atali or copying Aang.
Yeah.
That means you need those clones are not being able to be sacrificed to it. So you're having a lot less actual outs for Eldritch, where you have more outs with... I mean, not Eldritch. What's it? Freak is that card called? The blue-green card that we were just talking about.
Neoform?
Neoform, yeah. You have like a lot less outs for Neoform, where Eldritch Evolution, if you needed to sack something like a Natali, at least you could go get a clone for Aang.
Yeah.
Or if you sack a Feldar Guardian, you could go get a clone for Aang. Like, you have just more outs with it, I find.
No, this deck is missing some of the stuff the other CEDH list is missing. So this one has... I think it has Sentinel. Yeah, it has Esper Sentinel. It has the... it has... the card that lets you search. I can't remember what it is. The one that lets you find us. It doesn't have Ranger Captain in it. That's a lie.
I don't feel like Ranger Captain is super needed. Because like you're not playing stuff. You're playing like a hard to counter interaction, like with interaction type deck. Like you're mostly casting creatures, and you're not even casting them most of the time. It's just ETBs. I'm not like too concerned of getting silence. Like silences are nice for me, but I believe silence is other players. It's not. Opponent. I don't. It does. Oh, silence is opponent.
Yeah, your opponents can't cast spells this turn.
Okay, that works. Is that the same for Ranger Captain?
I think so.
Yeah, I think Ranger Captain is also opponents. And other players doesn't make sense. I don't think there's a lot of cards that say other players.
Yeah, sacrifice your opponents can't cast non-creature spells.
Okay, so both of them are good for me. So I don't hate them.
There's not a lot that you search for with Ranger Captain that adds to your plan, and this deck is more of a get out quick and do things.
Yeah, exactly. And it's a little slow and hard to cast. Like, you don't have a lot of white in your...
Hard to cast. Perfect mana base, it's fine.
Yeah, but it's still, like, a little hard to cast. I'm just making a point.
Yeah, so you're fine with Finale of Devastation?
Not really. I don't think... Remember that we have to add counter spells to your deck.
I don't know, I'll get there. There's like this isn't like everything that's gonna come in. I don't see the value in having a Wild Growth. Like just another 1 mana ramp that you can't hit. Airbender, Ascension. That's actually fun because you can airbend. Yeah, we didn't actually talk about it, but the synergy between airbending and Atali is really good. That's Atali for 2 more mana is nuts.
It's definitely something that could be fun for us. So that's like we were thinking about Monkey Yotso, I believe.
Yeah, Monkey Yoto you mentioned, or Monk. What was it? Monk.
Gyotso.
Monk Kyoto.
Gyotso.
Gyotto. Oh man, I haven't seen it.
That's a tough one. Yeah, it's a good show. You should watch it.
Yeah, I guess we don't really need to win with Finale if I can win at instant speed anyway, so that's fine. What else do I need?
I probably also mispronounced that, and I apologize to any fans of the show. I did try my best. It is a really good show. I'm actually currently rewatching.
About adding the Appa Aang combo with the card that makes exiled spells cost 2 less, because then we can infinitely cast Atali off of that. Almost infinitely. You just need to find a way to make 2 mana each time. But
maybe that's why I should play Goblin Electromancer and Ruby Medallion.
Goblin Electromancer you can't play.
Archomancer.
Goblin Archomancer?
It's the same thing as Ruby Medallion.
I haven't heard of it, but that would mean you need to get both out though for that to be.
Yeah, but reducing it by 1 is still decent.
Yeah, I think Ruby Medallion would be good in your list at least.
It was in my list previously. Like, they're good considers.
I'm still not. I know Lion's Eye Diamond makes it quicker, but sacrificing your hand is a big step.
Yeah, but if you have a doubler in play, you're probably winning the game. If you sacrifice your hand, that's like the biggest thing.
That diamond doesn't play into like the doubler.
But LED is typically good for me too.
That I'm doing it on turn 4. If you think it's good, we can keep it in.
I don't mind it, in my opinion.
I do think LED is a good card. I'm just not sure dumping our hand in the deck that's supposed to be interacting is the right play. That's all.
That's fair. So, I have access to an LED, you have access to an LED, so it is free for us to play. So if we need to, I would say put it into the considering pile. Because if we find that you don't have enough cards for this, it's like something that is super playable, and we can easily just swap in replacement of spending money on buying a card.
It doesn't even come up when I look for Monk.
I don't know if it's called Monk. Gyatso. That's it. I think that could be a good card for us. Let's double check reading it.
It's whenever another creature you control becomes a target of a spell or ability, you may airbend that creature.
Well, it's you control though.
Yeah, well, if you hit it off, I guess hitting it off. It's like protection for Atali.
Yeah, I'm like not super thrilled about it.
What do you think of running Appa and Aang, the Tara Aang Air Nomad? I think it was the one. See, this is why. There's gonna be a fair bit.
It's alphabetical order, buddy.
Sorry?
Oh, it's not alphabetical order.
No, order of mana cost.
Oh yeah. You're sorted by mana cost. That makes sense.
Aang Swift Savior, that's what it is. Oh, it's in the considering pile already. Yeah, Aang Swift Saber and Appa. Because if you hit either of those, you get to recast Atali for 2 mana. And if I hit...
If I already have... I get to cost Atali if I also have, like, Monkey Yetzo. Like, I need to airbend my own creatures, right? Airbends only targets your creatures?
Though, no. Aang, where's it considering? Oh, there's 65 cards in here. Perfect. Aang Swift Savior. We're going to go to the nicer to read one. But that lets you... airbend up to 1 target other creature or spell. And then Appa lets you airbend any amount of creatures. The whole combo is also hittable off of Aang.
Yeah.
Considering...
I don't hate it.
That sounds like a no when you just don't want to say no.
I think we're adding a lot of stuff that isn't great for me to hit. Like, I love all the clones, and we still haven't talked about any counter magic whatsoever.
Yeah, we're still 6 cards short of the deck, and we can like switch other things around too.
Yeah.
Like take out Wild Growth.
Can we just add the counter spells to see what we have currently?
Sure.
There should be in your considering pile, buddy. Or not?
Nope.
Wow. They did not consider any counter spells while making this deck.
They did not.
It's a little shocking.
Worldly Tutors actually probably should be in the deck.
Yeah, I like Worldly Tutor. It's good for me to hit as well. It gets me a Rionia or a something good. Also, if you Worldly Tutor something to the top of your deck in response to my Atali, that helps me win the game.
Yep.
Is Enlightened Tutor in your deck? Because Enlightened Tutor is the same idea. You tutor Food Chain to the top of your deck and protect it.
Enlightened Tutor's not. It's the one that stops three spells. The trap one, Mindbreak Trap.
Mindbreak Trap. I wouldn't play Force Negation. Actually, you run a shit ton of blue spells.
Yeah, like half of my spells are blue.
Yeah. Okay, maybe that's not bad. I was trying to think in my head that it's like
46% of my spells are blue.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Pretty decent.
It's not bad. I've heard that's playable.
Heard it's playable as well.
Flusterstorm, Fierce Guardianship. Can't forget that one.
Fierce is good, especially if we plan to have it Aang out.
Flusterstorm. What do you think of Chain of Vapor?
It, like, you can bounce your rocks and then bounce... I could start bouncing my rocks and it could be
I think
interesting.
That's a high leverage card. Potential.
Yeah, it's like... It has potential. I don't hate it.
I think we're going to take up Monk Gyatso. We're already above 100.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't like Monkey Yatsu and the Aang combo, honestly.
You don't like the Aang combo? I kind of like the Aang combo.
Like, we can play it, I just don't think...
It's not in here right now, so it's not part of
Oh, fair. Let's see here. Any other offer you can't refuse? One of my spells is like not bad to help me pump stuff.
Yeah, so it could be
could be interesting.
Good in this, yeah.
Snap's not bad as well. We both play Gaia's Cradle.
Oh, you want to touch the Spirit Realm?
Touch is amazing. Because you could touch my stuff or your stuff. Both are really good.
Yeah. I think we'll take out Felwar Stone. That's fine. That's fine. That's fine. Relic of Legends is something I did not consider when I built this on Arena, but I should have it in there. That's, that just reads tap all your Aangs for mana, which is really good.
Yeah, sounds pretty decent.
If you love Fortunate Steed, I'm still not sold on it.
I'm not like super sold on it. I think it's fine.
You gotta take it out. And then,
yeah, I don't hate that decision.
Mist Meadow Vanisher. See, that was nice because I can target your stuff, so I can target your Atali when it becomes tapped and exile it and return it at the beginning of the end stuff.
Yeah, if a creature says opponent, at any target creature, then I would consider playing it in our two-headed giant.
Oh,
if it's only thing says you control, like exile you control, it's kind of like not great.
Just want silence, please.
Why do you want? Oh yeah. Never mind. Want silence. Don't do quotes. Quotes is looking for the name in it, I believe.
Yeah, silence is the name of the card.
No, the name in the text box, but it's that's also the version of silence I have.
I mean, it's awesome.
I don't even know the reference. I only have it because it's foil, to be honest with you.
I don't know what that's from.
No idea.
No idea. But I know what this one's from. Let's not go Pioneer Master, just like the list. So
what do we have? 103? I don't think you need a talisman.
Mystic or Mystic. I'm sorry?
I don't think you need talisman.
Why not?
We need cuts, and that's like your weakest artifact.
It's the weakest artifact, but there might be other things worth cutting.
Yeah, for sure. I'm more hesitant to cut creatures because you could hit it off Aang. Yeah, artifacts are not as relevant.
Yeah. Food chain. It could cut a land for sure.
28.
Gaia's Cradle doesn't do anything on turn 1. Why would I ever play it?
And also, you're playing a lot of clones that copy a... on a serious note, you're playing a lot of clones that copy a legendary creature. It honestly might be a fine cut.
I'm not cutting it. This deck is good with Cradle. I play, like we said, 25 clones, which means there's still 21 cards in here that aren't clones.
I estimated 25 clones.
I counted.
Okay.
I did it earlier, yeah.
Touche.
I think I'll take out the Depletion Counterland. Just with all the 1-drops, artifacts and stuff, and the mana dorks, it coming in tapped is just not worth it, I don't think.
That's fair.
Also gonna take out... why do they have such a strange mana base? We can play D6 here.
Why is it strange?
Well, it doesn't play... it's playing these filter lands instead of, the good filter lands.
This is off of Commander Johnny's list?
Yeah.
Look at Spooky's mana base. Spooky is a well-known player in the...
Yeah, this is the mana base I'm more looking after here. This actually does shit.
Oh yeah, that mana base has no, it looks like it's just cheap card. I don't understand the mana base. Go back to... Let me open up the list, because I have the list.
I don't want to rip on their mana base, or on their deck building skills, but this mana base is not... not what I'd hope for. I'm going to cut CEDH Traders because I don't have one in it. It's a proxy, and we can not proxy a land. That's a good way to do it.
I have access to one, but yeah.
Yeah, I also don't think the 2 colorless mana it's worth it in a very turbo deck, but to sacrifice a land in this deck is not worth it, I don't think.
There we go. I have the list.
Yeah, so we're gonna remove Overflowing Basin, Skycloud Expanse. It's like they built this. Yeah, this is the good filter land. And still, I don't think we should be playing the filter land, so we can go. But it adds a mana on its own, and then it filters from one color to another.
Yeah, he's not playing this deck seems like it's intentionally not playing any Otawara or Boseiju because it only taps for one color. They're really trying to ramp out or color fix.
Yeah, I think this might be a case of being too focused on just getting on the game plan.
Yeah.
Starting Town takes out Sungrass Prairie. We're gonna take that out. This is starting to look a little better. Crystal Vein is fine, but might end up taking it out just because we're like so many colors.
Also, Gemstone Caverns might just be not worth playing because it's 50-50.
True.
I don't think I don't know if I will play mine. I'm still debating on it. Do I have a Scalding Tarn in my list? I think I do.
Temple Garden. Because this is a no proxy event, so we get to take out all of the dual lands.
No, you might have room for dual lands is the issue.
I'll take them out for now, and then we can always add them later. Add them later if we have the room.
Yeah.
Exotic Orchard is fine. Command Tower, Otawara, and Boseiju.
Yeah, I just mentioned those.
I know.
As you're doing that, I'm swapping in my real cards to my list.
Nice. This deck can also actually just... we'll keep Starting Town in. That's fine.
I'm keeping Starting Town in mine as well.
Yeah. Plains... We don't have to keep those in, but we can.
I don't know where my Bloodstained Mire is.
I only have like 14. I don't know if I can lend you one.
Touche.
Cavern's gonna be a good land here.
I know I own one. I just didn't see it in... I would imagine I played in...
Tarnished Citadel. I actually have one of those too.
Yeah, you like playing Tarnished. I don't like that card as much, but it's fine.
We're not using our life total.
Yeah, I get why. I just don't like it.
Okay. Well, we're gonna play it anyway.
Yeah. It's free to play. I don't blame you. It's just you're also putting in a lot of shocks. That's my only other hesitation with it.
We also have 60 life, I'm pretty sure.
That is fair.
September 29. That's the 2 of the giant? Yeah. I'm assuming we have more life. They don't have any details on their page. That's 26 lands, and there's an NBFC to make it 27. What is the NBFC? Oh, the Glasspool Mimic. Yeah. Anything else you think we should put in here? I have one of each basic. The shocks.
I run no basics in Natali. Flooded Strand, Polluted Delta, Scalding Tar, and Misty. And you have Wooded Foothills, Windswept Heath, Marsh
2,
Flats.
3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. That's all the fetches.
Yeah. Okay.
Sorry, there should be one more. 9.
No. Right. There's 10 total, and you can't play...
Can't play one of them because it's the opposite. Well, you could play it, but it doesn't do anything.
Yeah, it's
ironically enough, listed higher.
Yeah. Which...
Seiju shelters all... Oh, it's instant sorcery. Damn. I couldn't remember if the Seiju shelters all stopped everything from being countered or just instant sorceries. It's instant sorceries, I checked.
Yeah, but what about the Mistrise Village?
Oh, there's a good one. That's excellent, actually. Yeah. And we'll probably end up controlling forest, too. Next spell can't be countered. That's a good one. That puts us to 27 lands, which is how many the other deck went into it with. Yeah, this deck has 27 lands. I'm comfortable there. Are you comfortable with the land base?
27 sounds good.
I am playing basics, but we can fill in the basics with duels if we get more proxy slots. So, like,
yeah.
Ideally, like, you're talking Savannah, Tundra, and Trupp. But just for the viewers at home who might not know.
Yeah,
Do we want to fit in a Ristic or a Mystic or an Esper Sentinel or anything like that?
Those cards get a lot worse when there's less opponents.
True, but we are still playing CEDH.
Yeah.
I'm just not sure what...
I think we're both kind of like trying to win on turn 1 or 2. Or 3.
No, this deck sets up turn 2 to 3 and the wins turn 4-ish.
but my deck is 1-2.
Your deck is fast.
So, like, I'm trying to win early, and you're either protecting me, or we go to your game plan and win the next turn.
We take out one creature. If we do one creature and one non-creature, that'll leave us at 100 cards. And then from there, when we make an ad, we just make a removal as well.
Fair enough.
I blank something on the end step, which is fine, because we can win on the end step. I might just take it like an Elvish Mystic.
I don't think we need that many effects of that.
Yeah.
Now, is green more important than white in your deck, or white more important?
Oh, they're about even in terms of how many spells there are. Green early means I can cast like one of the ramps, which is nice.
Okay, so maybe Avacyn Pilgrim to be removed instead of whatever Llanowar, Elvish
I
Mystic?
have two already that make the green. Like, getting the first green is the one that matters. These ones making green is, whatever.
That's fair. Badger, oh, did we consider Badger Mole Cub?
I'm also not, like... I think it's fine. I think if we're play Badger Mole Club, we should also play Kinnan. And
Badger Mole Cub doesn't combo with Kinnan too much?
No, not just because they do the same thing.
Fair. I don't hate it, but I don't know. Badger Mole Cub... The difference with Badger Mole Cub is it comes in and immediately gives something to tap for 2 mana, where Kinnan, you need other stuff.
Yeah.
Elvish Spirit Guide I like because it helps get you out Aang early. But
it doesn't do anything if you hit it.
I run it, like it's...
Whereas a Badger Mole
good
Cub,
for me.
Like, does something if you hit it. That's fair.
Yeah.
Just looking for 2 last cuts here, and I think we'll probably wrap it up.
Yeah, it's tough. I don't know. Maybe we cut a counterspell? Like, what's our worst counterspell here?
We could cut the blink effects are really good for you, though. That's...
No, all your blink effects is... If I hit it, yeah, it's good for me. But all your blink effects, if you cast it, don't do anything for me.
Yeah.
Because all 3 of those... Like, the only one that actually helps me is Phalia and Touch the Spirit Realm. So we added... Phalia was already in this list. We added one so we could get rid of one. Because we added a touch, we could get rid of, like... What's the worst one? Cloud Shift for you?
Cloud Shift. Yeah, because Ephemerate has rebounds.
And Essence Flux is blue.
Essence Flux is blue, which doesn't really matter.
Which is, but you have more blue in your deck than white, so it's easier to cast.
I guess we can take a Cloud Shift.
Yeah, I don't mind pitching Cloud Shift.
That's 100.
We added Worldly Tutor and Eldritch, and we got rid of Green Sun. Maybe, like, Quarter Calling, I get you, like, instant speed, but at the same time, don't know if it's necessary to have 3 of these effects.
We only have 2.
Worldly Tutor, Eldritch, and...
That, yeah. I think, like, honestly, I would play more, but I think what we have here is fine. Press down to 100. Oh, one of the elves, right? Yeah. Yeah. So now we got to decide if we add something now, then we just got to take something out with it. So is there anything that's like there's a more optimal version of it? I think our counter magic suite is fine.
Yeah, the counter magic is pretty normal. I don't think we need more.
The walls are just like interchangeable too. Like if I can't find one, I can always just swap it out for another one.
For what, sorry?
Like the walls, the clone spells. They're interchangeable. There's no better or worse. Very little difference in the clone spells.
Yeah, but a lot of your clone spell, you're running almost every clone.
I don't know about every, but a lot of them, yeah.
Majority of them.
You take some out for like Felidar Guardian, stuff like that. Resto Angel that like help you actually win.
Yeah, that's fair. Yeah, no, I think I like this list. Again, it might be modified depending on how many cards you can actually get a hold of.
Yeah. But this is a good start for sure.
Yeah. I think that's going to be it, guys.
I don't know about Crystal Vein still.
Crystal Vein is probably your weakest land if you're not trying to turbo out. I don't hate having it.
I just don't know what I'd replace it with, that's all. So
there's nothing, like, super...
Oh, we could do a Surveil Land.
Yeah, you could run a surveil land, but I would probably get rid of a basic for it.
Yeah.
Because you're already running a Beseju, Mistrise, and an Odawara. That would make 6 lands that only tap for 1 color. 7 lands that tap for 8 lands that tap for 1 or fewer colors. Like, that's a lot.
Mana 46 to 52 to 32 and 39. That's fine. I think I have a hedge mace somewhere, but I don't have the white-blue one, but that doesn't matter.
I have the white-blue one.
I just don't want to put in too many tap lands, too.
Yeah, but which one?
Having 1 means you're probably going to fetch it. Having 2 or 3 increases the odds that you're going to see it, that's all. Like, when you don't.
I get that, but what's your... Scroll down to your color pie. They're really even. White takes over green a little bit.
Yeah, but they're almost fine. Like, they're...
Almost identical.
I have no problem with it, yeah. Yeah, I suppose that's it then.
Yeah, well, thank you guys. If you liked the episode, it was a lot of brainstorming this episode in an interesting fashion.
Yeah.
If you liked the episode, give us a like, follow us on our social medias listed below, or join our Discord. Join the conversation. Much appreciated. Again, my name is Joe. That's Kevin. Have a great rest of the night. See you guys next week.
Running Altar Dementia, sack all the Aangs and build opponent for 70, 80, 90.
Like, I love all the creatures, but it's also so many creatures.
Yes, it is a lot of creatures. There's 6 more creatures in the other list.
But the other list now is playing Philia, which I like Philia a lot.
Yeah, Ophelia too can blink.
Atali.
Well, and it can blink like a piece that's in our way too.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. What if we did the podcast just making this list ready for Two-Headed Giant?
So, my thought for the podcast could be also, we look at metagame for Woodstock, but we could do that next week as well.
Like, as we're about to head into...
look at who's invited and see, okay, so we know this is, their primary deck. Welcome to Ignite EDH. Whoops.
No competitive this week. We're just going casual.
Well, we are playing Two-Headed Giant.
Yeah, true. I'm leaving that in. That's going to be one of the at the end.